Hey guys, it is Nick with a video for today, and today we're going to look at a what if from the first season of The Walking Dead again that at first seems inconsequential and wouldn't benefit the original story probably at all, but could possibly spark a new beginning and an easier solution to fix the Walking Dead world a lot sooner. And that topic is, what if Jim had lived longer than he did in the original? Now, like I said, at first, this what if seems like, oh, Nick, he was already dead. Unless he somehow survived, I doubt that it would fix The Walking Dead in the long run. He would just be an extra character that might just be killed off instantly. True, but it affects more than you think, especially during his final minutes. And we're going to get into that. Now, let's start. Suppose that Jim had lived, and he didn't request to be dropped off, and they actually made it to the CDC. Jim, in his final moments, would be examined by Dr. Jenner. And at this point, even when bringing them in, Dr. Jenner realized that basically there was nothing that he could do. The world was gone. There was no hope. He was basically just wasting his time. Pretty much all of the power in the CDC was gone. Bunch of his examinations and tests were gone. His wife was gone. He was just at the point of completely breaking and just ready to press that little switch and wait for the self-destruction of the CDC and just for him to ultimately commit suicide, even if that meant bringing others into it. However, in this continuity, let's say that whenever Jim's brought in especially, this gives Dr. a chance to, well, I say chance, it's more like Rick's group basically forced him to have an examination because they all figured that that Dr. Jenner had a way of fixing him. Now, at this point, Dr. Jenner seems a little bit hopeful, but doesn't want to get his hopes too high, basically since he had almost nothing to, examine Jim with. Now, does this mean that Dr. Jenner saves Jim and finds the cure right now? Well, sorry for Jim fans and just fans that think that this is going to be a short little one and this would be just the easiest way out for the group. Not that simple. Sure, Jim would be a great asset for the Doctor to be able to further his studies and give him inspiration rather than wanting to die. But sadly, Jim would still die here. But unlike the original, where his death literally had almost no meaning at all, besides it just being a little bit sad, his death here would actually have meaning. It would actually mean something and give Jenner the admiration and the will to continue his studies. Which means that he would go with the group to find a cure. And I'm pretty sure that everything would go for the story relatively similar, but Jenner would be with the group. Now, I'm not saying that the whole Walking Dead as it is now would go exactly the same. As a matter of fact, it would possibly end around, I don't know, season 2, 3, I don't even think Herschel's farm might happen. And even if it did, Jenner would be there. And if they went to Herschel's farm, Jenner would give Herschel consensus about, the zombies and stuff. And even if Herschel still believed that basically there was no hope after learning about, everyone basically, him just feeding rotten corpses, Jenner here, that would give him even more admiration to find a cure. And we could possibly see a season 2 or 3 finale with Jenner and Rick's group saving the day. The whole world being cured. It's basically like my what if Eugene knew the cure, except that was in season 5, and here, the cure would be coming way sooner. Way more people would be alive. Dale, T-Dog, just so many less casualties, and would make The Walking Dead, like, so much more happy, but also a bit boring. Because it would be a happy 2 to 3 seasons. But a lot of the action would be missed. It would be kind of like a tame zombie show, if you ask me. But ultimately, this ending could have been pretty good for the group and let Dr. Jenner actually live longer. But guys, that is where we end things. So what do you guys think? Do you like how this story went? What do you think could have happened had Jim actually played a bigger role in The Walking Dead, and if Dr. Jenner was actually alive? And do you think that this would impact The Walking Dead in a good way, or do you think things could have gone downhill or similar to how they did in the original? I hope you guys enjoyed this little what if. Might not have seemed much, but definitely impacts a lot when you think about it. Like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.